Hello everyone! Today's video is going to be sort of different from what I've been putting out as of late. Normally I do vlog style videos, but today is just going to be a sit down video and I am going to be showing you all of my journals that I have and taking you through a tour of them. And then I also have these planners. And yeah, I was trying to think of another word, but planners, calendars. And then these two books, journals, are completely unused. And they both happen to have pen. They're just very fancy. Honestly, I think I'm intimidated and I'm like, darn, this is a very special journal, especially like it's got the lock and it's like in a little cover. Same with this one. Just feels very special and I'm like, ooh, I don't want to mess up, you know what I mean? So a little daunting. But I don't know how in-depth I'll go. Maybe I'll show you some things, but I just wanted to give a little journal tour because I think that might be fun. And I'm trying to do more things that are like nosy and give you a little glimpse into another person's life and what they personally have going on. So first, my journals. This one is 2021 to 2022, and I've got the months labeled. So that was while I was still in college. I graduated high school in 2019, went to college in 2020, and so year that COVID started. So fun. And then 2022 to 2023, this is my second year of college. And then we kind of skipped a year and went straight from 2023 to 2024. So not really skipping it, but just, you know, no transition period, just getting straight to it. And then that goes to 2025. And then this one is just 2025. So a little overlap there. And then this one is 2025 to 2026. And this one I actually created myself off of Canva and then printed out through Amazon. And I actually made it for 2024, but will be changing the dates to the respective years, such as, 2025 is when I started this and change it. So next year I will change it to 2026. And I'll have up until September until I have to get a new one or figure something out, because I can always create my own planner somehow. This one is my thickest one. It's my scrapbook junk journal, which I was inspired by junk journaling, but I wouldn't necessarily fully call it a junk journal. The most junk journal-esque part of it is taking clothing tags or tags from different items and putting them in here. But, photographs, that's not junk, obviously. Business cards, scrapbook type inspired, like cards that people give me, and dried flowers, pressed flowers. The majority of this book is actually stickers. This is a lot of mementos. But there is quite a lot of stickers in here. So let me give you some highlights. This actually started, this is the front. This is from clothing tag. This is a clothing tag, Charlie ticket, and some stickers. This started with me posting my vision board in this and saying what came true, what didn't from 2024. So this journal started right around New Year's of this year. And so this is from last year's vision board. So that's how it started, and then it devolved into more of a scrapbook type thing. And yeah, like I said, let me show you. This one's definitely scrapbook vibes. Just posting a lot of different pictures, collaging them together. This is a local, not a local, but an artist that I got her stickers from, the two frogs. And some more business cards. And lots of stickers, honestly. So it really is just a combination of a bunch of different things. Some more dried flowers. And it's got a pocket in the back of the book. So this has been super fun to do, and it's still going. This one is a dream journal, and I'm about this far, and you will find that that's a common theme. Let me just pull up all of the ones that are like that. These are all journals that I am just starting, basically. Most of them just starting within the past year, year and a half. This one's a gratitude journal. I say what I'm thankful for every morning and evening, and I have not been keeping up on that. I think I started this in 2024? No, 2025, this year. In April. I started this in April, and I have not been keeping up with it. This one is a journal that I write stories and poetry in, and I just started it about a month ago. This one I started, I feel like I started last year. But I might not have dated this one because it's not really... Okay, this one says March 10th. This one says 2024, so I dated that. And that's in February. Okay, so it looks like I started this at the beginning of 2024. So this started 2 years ago. I haven't made much progress. And then this one I started 2024, the summer of 2024. So this is a year and a half ago that I started this. This one I started in 2022. This one was a lot longer than the other ones ago. And I've made it this far. So I obviously have not been doing these every day. And even if I was, there would be a lot of journals to do every day. So I'll start with this as the second book I show you. This one is almost completely done. There are this many pages left. And this one is just a general note-keeping, list-taking book. So all of my lists, notes, and doodles, schedules, organization tactics are in here. And I will have to find a new book for that. But I think it's really pretty. It's light purple, and it's got silver reflective stars on it. And I manage my life in here, kind of. I do most of that on my notes app and my phone, But this is sort of like a real life version of my life app, my notes app. In physical form. This is my journal diary entries, basically. And let's see how much is left in here. We've got this much left. So I've definitely completed it. Mostly. And let's see. This is what I've got. I started it in 2018 and just continued to write down the years as they've passed. And this is what I meant to have it for, 2018 to 2019, my senior year. But still not finished, and 2026 is approaching. And I do not think that I will finish this before 2026. Because it's taken me, let's see, 7 years to write in this. And this is just journal entries. That's all it is. Plus a few stories. This one is for dreams. So you can record your dreams in here. You say the day of the week, what happened in the dream, what was the location, the people in the dream. Is it recurring, lucid, symbolic, a nightmare? What's your interpretation of it? This one is so far for answering prompt questions from this book that is full of prompts that it asks you. It's called As You Feel, So You Heal. And we're slowly healing ourselves by expressing our emotions in this book. And I've used this journal specifically for that so far, and I have not done too much. I don't think I've made it past the first couple pages of questions. And then this one is kind of a combination of spells, manifestations, affirmations, and entries of different kinds. So let me show you this page. Money flows to me like water. This one's kind of fancy. It's got the ties, and it still smells like fresh leather. And it's got the Starry Night on it. And it's very thick. This one is a book I got for writing stories and poetry in. And this one's a gratitude journal. Morning and evening reflections and meditations on what I'm grateful for. And that's all of them. So just wanted to speed run it. I'm not going to show you too much of the ones that I write in, but I did just want to show you what I've got and what they're for and how much I've completed in what time span. So hopefully you enjoyed that and see that I have quite a lot of journals. You also want to see some of the other journals I have. I have a burn after writing journal. I have a shadow work journal. I have a project 369 journal. And I have a moon magic journal. So these two I have not touched in probably a year to a half a year to a year. And then these ones I've recently started. So I'm definitely within the first few pages of these ones. And I've got lots of blank journals and guided journals. And a lot of them I have not started. So that is my journal tour. I actually have more journals. This one sort of was a story one, kind of like what I'm doing with this one, but it's larger. But I've also used it for a few other things now, like doodling and answering little personality quizzes like that. That's all my answers to a personality quiz I was doing. And it's got little flowers. And then these two are completed. This one was for school. It's just got a bunch of school notes in it. And then this one was my note-keeping, list-taking, schedule-making journal. So it was basically this one before I had this one. And it actually was a scratch and sniff journal at the time. But I had this one when I was 11 years old, because the first page is birthday list, 11 years old. So this is probably one of my oldest journals that I have. Definitely a blast from the past. And I also have a directory in the back, just like I have a directory in the back of this one. So I'm gonna have to have another one to continue on after this one's done. But this one was mostly like things I want lists, because I didn't have a lot else going on. I was in elementary school to middle school probably. And then this one is my book of books I've read. It's just every book I've read since I started this. And I wrote the name, the title of the book, and the author. And then recently I was like, why don't I organize it so it also shows the date that I finished it or recorded it and the format, because I've been listening to lots of audiobooks recently. So I'll write if I read it as a book form or audio form or both. So it's nice because I like to be able to have a log of all the books I've read. So that's everything. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you got a kick out of being able to have a little peek into another person's life and their journal collection, because maybe you have a journal collection too. That's all. Thanks for watching. Bye.